All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Dorohedoro, Season 2, Episode 3. All right, the slasher mini arc is over.
Yep. And now we're going back to the hole.
Yes. We've got the kind of the Doctor Squad, with Johnson and everybody going back to the hole. But we also have now Kaiman and Nikaido en route to Barith, which is going to put them on the path of Risu.
Yep.
Which is just exciting there. But then also, we had Asu potentially just getting killed. Just getting murked in the elevator.
Yeah.
As what I'm calling it.
Or at the very least being taken to a rehabilitation facility.
Yes.
I don't know what that means
hellishly
in
punished.
Hell, but yeah, exactly. It's bad.
Well, it's crazy because Asu basically just saved Nikaido in a really big way and potentially set things up so that Nikaido can actually act with agency outside of En's control, and then immediately got punished for it. Like punch in the face in Dorohedoro doesn't mean as much
squat,
because Shin can have 17 stab wounds in him
through
and then just be like,
everything and
I'm really mad now, and then just Attack on Titan style, go crazy on a giant.
But I am concerned about the all right, we are in layer 666. You are in trouble. Like nobody's going to be able to help Asu, I think is the main thing. Right? No, if Dorohedoro does have some point where Kaiman and Nikaido are like, you know what?
We gotta go to hell.
We gotta go to hell.
I mean, I feel like that's where the story will go inevitably. It's kind of just there.
This show was always just a hellhole.
I mean, yes, absolutely. But I would say also it's kind of one of those, Kaiman needs to go back to basically the pit within himself in order to discover himself, who he is.
To save himself from his other self.
Yeah.
So that his true self will reveal itself.
Yeah, exactly. But all right, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Yes.
I never would have been able to tell.
Incredible. Oh,
yeah.
Got him.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Shwoops.
Dream machine.
Cool.
And Shota's like, yes! Put us into a creative space. Kikurage will wake us up in 2 years, Ooh! He gets it! No, I'm the perfect size.
Not big enough.
Yeah. Wait! I thought he was gonna...
Oh my god.
I thought he was gonna get it immediately!
Wow. Incredible.
Yes. Oh my... Yes!
Of course. Oh.
Maybe this is what you want, En. I will defend you with my crazy magic!
Wow.
Oh my god! Fujita's
incredible.
Yes. Oppai. No, never mind!
As if you would expect it to be anything else.
Yes. Right. You're the best. I love everything about you. Yes, I respect you.
It's hard having a rack this big. Oh shit, are we gonna get some crazy lore?
Oh, maybe to go back. Whoa.
Oh shit.
Oh
shit.
My god.
Yeah, let's go. Uncover the lost memories. Because you clearly got the lost memories.
Panda, Grandpa. Whoa.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow.
The Kikurage just synchronizing, Ah.
Ooh.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The deepest fears and insecurities and everything.
Yep.
You wouldn't.
No! No! My moisture!
What
This
a
is
horrible
nightmare.
betrayal.
The subconscious comes out, you know. No, not even
you too!
No! So it's not refined perfectly.
Yep.
Wait, this would be crazy with Kaiman, though.
That, yeah.
Whoa. Maybe?
Bad trip.
Yeah, maybe you now know where to look, maybe, for your
shit.
past.
Yeah, all that was before the OP.
Oh. Yeah, because you're dangerous. No, not necessarily. Oh, well, yes, you know that it was a cross-eyes member, but... Okay, okay. So we're still in the past here. Yeah.
What are you doing with the bodies?
Yeah, yeah. Oh. So they're harvesting. Yeah, they're harvesting the organ that allows them to produce the smoke. And yeah, they're finding some way to.
Oh shit.
Oh, it didn't.
Really?
Oh.
In a world like this?
So is that the magic school that Kaiman was thinking about?
Yeah, probably.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Huh.
Oh my god. Okay.
Ah.
お気楽な連中ばっかだよ。このアパート、最近組織が買ったらしいぜ。誰が住むのかね。さあな、幹部の誰か。
Yeah.
丸山と立花を最近見ねえな。学校に来てねえのか。
そういや見ないな。3組の島村も消えたって。
Oh. They're harvesting people.
ちょっと転んだだけだよ。
Oh.
資料によるとお前は全然煙を出せない。
Not at all.
君のような生徒は毎日通っても卒業までどれだけかかるか。苦労するぞ。
I expect not.
お前には教材としてこの魔力ブレ。
Yeah, what the other ones had on, yeah.
これをつければすぐにでも煙を出せるようになるぞ。
Why use such a roundabout way to extort people?
Yeah.
貴様、教師にさろう。
Yeah.
俺に脅しは通用しねえぜ。聞いちゃった、聞いちゃった。
あ、相川、貴様。
I love him. Oh!
こいつどうしよう。
Made him into steaks!
Yeah.
俺たち退学かもな。
We could get expelled for this, huh? Yep. Ship them off.
お、またな。
Okay. But what do we do with our...
Yeah, that's not important.
礼を言うぜ。
俺は気が短いだけだ。
相川だ。よろしくね。
相川、お前はどこに行っちまったんだ。目が覚めたか、リス。会いたかったぜ。勘違いすんなよ、サジ。毒牙は俺を殺さなかったんじゃねえ。殺せなかったん。
Didn't succeed last time.
Oh my gosh, love the backgrounds in this show so much.
Goes
Wait,
running.
wait.
You starting to remember it?
I'm getting a vibe, Jacob.
Yeah?
You know, I've been getting the vibe that he was Risu, right?
Yeah. Well, that's
But
the
what
whole
if he
point,
wasn't
yeah.
Risu? What if
What
he
if-
was Aikawa?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking too. Yeah. Yeah. Someone with crazy knife skills, good at fighting sorcerers that have their face hidden.
And even the
entire
way that
time.
he talked, even though it wasn't the same voice.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Definitely follow him in.
Oh, you spent a lot of time here.
But why does it hurt to remember this place?
I think it's because his head is not Aikawa's. Like maybe he had a head so.
Oh, sure.
Was that just a memory and not?
Maybe magic never worked on him? Well,
Huh. I'm getting like that perfect like monster kind of vibes where you go back to the school where it
Yeah.
all just
Yep.
went to shit.
I mean, how would a school even function in a world like this, you know?
I mean, magic is a hell of a motivator.
Yep.
No way. It just.
Oh, shit.
Whoa. Whoa.
What the hell,
Whoa.
show?
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
俺の名前は
Oh my god. Wait.
What is happening?
Right. Because he is Risu, but
No, right.
what if
Hang
he's
on.
both Risu and Aikawa?
Yeah, like if there was a head swap or something. or-
Yeah.
What?
Holy shit.
カイマ一体何があった顔の鱗が乱暴に剥がされてるぞ
I think he did it to himself. I think he.
Yeah.
Yeah. His
Yep.
fingers. Yep. Oh shit.
最後に赤いピンを引いてこれか
Whoa.
かわいそうな兄貴急にこの変な顔が嫌になったんだね
Uh-huh.
But
カイマンのため
why?
に何か飲み物を買ってきてくれないか
Oh, can you leave me alone with him for a little bit? What are you doing, Nikaido?
目の十字が消えてるぞ思い出したんだな
Oh.
何か
I wanted to be a sorcerer,
Right.
yeah. Yeah. But I hate sorcerers. Yeah.
二階とお前のことを傷つけてしまうかもしれないよ。そんなことになったら俺は。
カイマン
This feels like programming that he's like rejecting, you know?
Sure.
Like, I mean, that's in some ways what memories are. It's just something incongruent like
But
that.
then why is the Risu inside him, you know?
Yeah. All right, everybody together. Let's go. Yeah. The face and everything.
着替えてくるからこたつにでも入って待って
Ah, oh, okay. Yes, let's hang out.
You
in
guys have one of those
Kotatsu.
here? Oh my god.
この家具面白いですね
Hey. Playing footsies.
顔が全然わかんねえじゃん
彼は私の研究に協力してくれてい
Keep
た
doing this.
というより 彼の希
At his request. Wait.
もし同一人物なら十字目のボスはホールの人間ということ
Right.
になるわけだ。
Right. Which is fascinating. Al Coleman. Okay.
留守かな
That part of my brain is like Coleman is kind of similar to Kaiman.
コールマンさん
孫の写真でも探そうぜ。
Oh,
Wild.
一体誰が
it's a bad way to go.
この生首キクラゲの魔法で
Oh!
No, it's not severed. It's just a long neck. No, no.
俺は立派な魔法被害者なんだよこの首をどうせなら足を長くしろってんだバカ魔法使いどもめ
Bakamohotsukai!
顎の
Oh my god, yes! My favorite.
蹴ってさあんたら孫の墓参りに来てくれ
Yes, that's why we're here.
Sure.
Yeah, outliving your grandson is wild.
あの子は魔法使いに殺されてなさあ孫と話をしてやってくれや
Well,
取り替え
yeah.
このバカだよやめろ
I just can't with this show.
この墓にちゃんと彼がいるなら
Okay, found the coffin, finally.
出たぜ。
He's still screaming!
これは
Empty?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, wait a
Oh,
minute.
shit. That's where you end it.
That's where we end it?
Oh,
Yeah.
man, I mean, it's a great cliffhanger, but
Bro. All right.
okay.
This episode was wild.
Absolutely
and it
wild
had
and
two
crazy.
very distinctive parts. We had
Yes.
the absolute peak comedy
Of the dream
mushroom trip.
Yeah. That
Wonderful.
amazing.
Incredible.
And then
Everything that you'd want in your favorite kind of side characters to have a goofy slice of life little spin-off bit.
and then
just
it turns super serious when the
super
bad
serious
trip happens.
and in some ways horrifically funny.
Right.
Like in some ways. But yes, that ties into some fun potential setup for Ebisu, remembering her past.
Right.
Then segueing nicely into Kaiman then coming here and ending up seeing that he was actually at the Zagan Magic School.
right.
And he was most likely Aikawa,
Aikawa.
but we've been operating on
Yeah.
he was Risu.
Yeah, so
So
I-
he's been at the very least a separate torso head kind of situation, which
I got
makes
an
sense,
idea.
right? But here's the part that I want to bring up here before you go into your idea here. Reminder that the reason why we're like almost like 100% sure that this is that kind of a situation here is because we've got obviously Risu in his
yeah.
in his like throat and everything or whatever that
Right,
whole
but
thing
then
is.
also when Kaiman got his head cut off, and then the head regrew or whatever, and then
Yeah,
went
yeah.
away and all that stuff, and then they
and now
resurrected it,
and then we
that's
put
Risu.
that head on top of another body so that we have Risu running
Yeah.
around and stuff.
Right.
So, a point of importance here is that the memories we have of Risu going through his own stuff here was that he was collecting torsos and
Heads. Yep.
and sending them to different places for the Cross-Eye organization. The boss wanted
Yep.
the heads for stuff. Not clear exactly as to why, but there was stuff about him becoming the most powerful sorcerer or something like that.
Right, which is interesting if
Which
they
is
were
interesting.
originally a human.
Well, right. But then also, the part that's really weird about this is then the torsos were being sent to the house that we had the slasher whole mini arc at.
Right, and probably for the experimenting of
The
understanding
organ, the
that
special
generates the
organ
smoke.
that
Yeah.
generates the smoke, which is something that comes from the demons' creations of the humans into sorcerers and stuff like that. So that makes sense why they then have all the demon aspects
Iconography
about
and-
them.
yeah.
Well, the demon also like transformations aspects
sure.
of them.
Yes.
Because they've been fucking with that aspect of things.
Right.
But if the head is what contains like memories, the brain, all this other kind of stuff there, but nothing to do with magic necessarily, then it has to more do with like identity. So why does the head like
So I've got... My mind went into a couple different directions
Right.
in this episode.
Yes.
Because, Dorohedoro episodes are crazy, and so these were some of the things that I thought of. What if Kaiman was not actually transformed like this from a sorcerer. He actually got his head cut off and then replaced. And the head was something that was, either transformed or already a lizard head or something.
Well, we know for sure that Ebisu is the one responsible for his head getting transformed.
Correct.
Yeah.
But there's that whole
Definitely.
idea of like, okay, that doesn't mean it has to be his original head. And what if the reason why Risu was not able to use magic even with the smoke is because they actually have some kind of magic that is self-magic nullifying or something like that, right? And so
That's kind of an early theory we've had.
right, and so that's why it's the like it happens to coincide with, oh hey, you can't get transformed by magic because you already have magic cast on you.
Right. That's
But what if it ends up being something different? But then two, the idea that Kaiman very much feels like he's setting up to actually have been Aikawa. Which
there was a lot of mannerisms and the way that he acted, Aikawa acted specifically, and then the knife skills and all these other things that made it definitely seem like this is Kaiman energy that he's giving off of.
Yep.
And then the way that they framed this
Always
scene
have
of
the face covered.
well, I was gonna say that, but yes, but I was gonna say also just the way in which they framed Kaiman's like memory stuff here. It very much seemed like they were basically saying he was Aikawa. Yeah.
Right.
Which is why it broke him, because then him seeing Risu freaks him out like that. Yeah.
But at some point, he got Risu's head.
Yes. Right.
Which is fun.
Yeah.
In that delightfully fucked up Dorohedoro kind of way.
Right.
Now, one of the other things that we
Yep.
got is that when we got the, hey, I'm Aikawa. Oh, I'm Risu. Risu's teeth were like sharp and pointy, not just in like a human teeth that had been filed
Triangles,
into points,
yeah. The anime style,
No,
yeah.
but like actual like needle teeth, like Kaiman.
like the lizard teeth that Kaiman has. Yeah,
Exactly. So that's also curious, and like so.
And all this is framed around the idea that at some level, at some point, when it's irrelevant, but time magic is involved in some way. Like that's the part. That's the part that's like terrifying about this, is that anytime things start to like math incorrectly, my brain just goes, time magic.
Sure, because
that can solve all the weird math.
Right, that is
like adding up.
That is always the possibility.
Yeah.
One, I would say Aikawa is a nice setup for, yes, that was the person that devastated En's organization.
Right.
And so that's how the fight happened, and that's how it's Kaiman, but it's also not Kaiman in that whole thing. But here's the other thing. Kaiman lost the cross tattoos on his eyes.
How and why?
There's the fact that it happened.
Yes.
There's the fact that Nikaido noticed that it happened and then was like, hey,
You remembered something.
you remembered something, the fact that you're a sorcerer.
Well, being in this school and having some kind of a catatonic
Yeah.
response,
No.
that's logically enough. I give Nikaido a that's
Yes.
a pass on that.
Right,
but
right.
Deduction.
So the idea
correlating it to it.
exactly. So that could just be a hey, why the cross tattoos over his eyes disappeared is a mystery that we still do not know. And oh hey, he remembered that he's a sorcerer because he was at a school for sorcerers, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But if it's something where it's actually connected, and the fact that he is a sorcerer is the reason why the cross tattoos went away, even though those are regular tattoos, it's not some magical thing that then he, like, his body realizes he has magic and so the tattoos go away. No. Which makes me think that there's a possibility that he actually is the one that turned his head to be like this. And so that maybe, like, we have pretty concretely that it's Ebisu, but what if that's an incorrect understanding, and it's actually that Aikawa changed Risu's head into lizard, or something similar to that, or whatever, and then the transfer of heads happens, and that's why Aikawa, since the body and the sorcery, smoke-producing organ is in Kaiman's body of Aikawa, that is why the cross tattoos go away. Is because
Okay.
then he realizes
So-
that he's the one who did it, or that they shouldn't be there, even if he doesn't realize that he's the one who did it. And so then he subconsciously uses his magic that is able to affect him because he is actually the sorcerer.
He is
that
the
transformed
caster,
the head.
basically. Sure.
Yeah.
I do like the idea that he's the caster of that, but I feel like we have just the easy answer in that, like, that's Ebisu's deal. Like, you know.
No, right. But then why did the tattoos go away?
Well,
Because because-
I have an answer for that. I have an answer for that that's pretty boring, but it's one that I feel like kind of makes sense. We don't really know for sure, and we might have just forgotten if it's the case, but we don't really know for sure why the tattoos are even a thing to begin with, other than to mark them as like, hey, we're of the same organization.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The sorcerers put masks on to kind of give like identity, status, and almost like a this
Sure.
is who I am kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
But the eye marks are basically saying we kind of reject your mask world. We'll basically put our own kind of version of this on us. And in some ways, if the cross-eye tattoo thing there, what have you, is magical, one of the parts of it that could be magical is that if you are a sorcerer, basically, you can't have it. Like, it goes away. Like, it naturally just...
Okay.
It naturally has something built into it with the way that it's applied, that if they tried to put it on someone who was trying to secretly access their organization that was a sorcerer, it just wouldn't work.
Right, but we also saw someone, and maybe this is actually the reason why. No. Ebisu is the one who did the transformation. It's not that Kaiman and
Yeah, I don't want to undo too much of our previously established understanding of things.
Right, and the show was very much giving us that established information, right?
It is guiding us very nicely through this.
If it is something, because we saw the in the past, like the using of the scalpel to like help make this, the cross tattoo or whatever. If it's something where it's actually just like effectively a scar, more or less, then we actually maybe get something where for some reason Kaiman got some healing factor that then, but he was also wounding himself. So
no, I don't think so. I think this is more of something where the mystery is meant to just be a big question mark.
Okay.
And rather than making big leaps off of it, I think it's just more interesting from a character perspective that Nikaido makes the connection there.
Right,
and
because
there might be an easy answer to it, or there might be a more complicated answer like you brought up.
The surface level connection makes total sense, right? It's like, hey, her friend went through something crazy. He had some realization. He really hates sorcerers. Recently there was the whole thing of like, hey, yeah, I'm a sorcerer, right? And that whole deal. And so now he's going through the same thing, but for himself. Yeah, that like if there were something to give Kaiman a psychotic break where suddenly he's, trying to claw his own face off.
What if
I could totally see that?
What if it's this? It's not just that he's freaking out because it's I am seeing the person who I thought I might be actually as Risu out there. But it might also be the thing of where I'm the one that killed Risu too.
Sure, yes.
And so
it definitely
Risu's journey, in a very fun, poetic way, is bringing him to kind of a version of himself in Kaiman, in that it's the one that killed me is my old friend from the school at one point,
right?
Who has been basically taking two parts of each side of me or one of me and one of them to being the being that is now Kaiman.
And if you maybe had a situation where, oh, hey, like why would someone swap heads, right? There's
to
the
hide.
How. Sure. Yeah, to hide is a great example. But as far as the how, okay, we're in the world of Dorohedoro. We're in the world of Dorohedoro, and also the Cross-Eyed organization does crazy, body grafting, splicing stuff all the time, right? But as far as why beyond the hiding,
or less body grafting, but more experimenting on the bodies themselves, because
sure.
they're the black powder creatives that basically then give magic to people that don't have it.
Yes, but then also we got the people
basically.
that Noi and Shin fought, where it's I split my own head open and did whatever stuff with my brain, and we added things to make ourselves look more like demons or whatever, right?
Sure.
If you brutally kill your friend and betray them, because that's what you have to do or whatever. For some reason you do it. You immediately, to a ridiculous extent, regret it afterwards. And so then you're like, okay, the only way I can like keep them close or whatever is to...
Yeah, I'll redeem it by putting a part of them on me.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
And so then you get their head.
They'll live beyond this.
Right, exactly.
Or something. But then you lose your own head. Like, again, I think
And
that's the part where I feel like it has to be something that's a little bit more complex. And
so
that's why I feel like the demon sorcerer organ in the chest specifically is more important there. And that's also another thing. The torso is where the whole thing with the demon contract stuff is placed as well. So if we think about it this way, the head is the only part that you can maybe also be sure is still potentially human.
Sure. Okay.
So in a lot of ways, it's the most uncorrupted by the demons part of the body still.
Okay.
The mind, the brain, and what have you.
All right.
And basically, the demons are maybe all about like central placement to like create their weird dark magic or what have you. So they're like, we take your core, we take your heart, your emotional center. We take that part of you and we put our shit inside it. And so the red cross people or what have you are basically like, what if we could separate things from that? We could get separation from the demon shit and just have heads that could then maybe take some aspects of when they had magic through the organs and stuff and put it onto somebody that maybe...
Right, because the head is the identity and the thinking.
Yeah.
And so you put that on
and the memory.
Sure. And well, exactly.
Yeah.
So there was this wonderful horror movie that I don't want to say the title of it because I don't want to spoil it.
Sure.
That involved brain transplants. And the idea that, oh, hey, but, not all of the brain would get transplanted because there's, like, the brain stem and things like that. And so then maybe some memories, stick around somewhere, deep inside and they pop up every once in a while. If Kaiman's head has been swapped, maybe that is the reason why these memories are something that he doesn't really have, because it's not even to the point of the brain. It's literally in the body. We see Aikawa move, and it's like he's moving like Kaiman. All of that is still there, right? The body remembers, and yet there's a different head piloting it.
Yeah.
And so it's Risu's head piloting it, and so that's why it's this crazy, like when the two converge again, and remembering, like, oh my god, then it's just what the fuck is happening,
Right. I think maybe the part that could be a little bit crazy with this is obviously Kaiman's been through a lot of shit.
Yes.
And he had his whole like alley, wake up and all that and stuff. So in some ways, he's a perfect protagonist for this story because he's the victim of that type of magical experimentation that this show basically almost makes light of in a silly way, where we can have the grandpa with the snake head neck thing just being like, hey, you gotta speak up, I can't hear you.
You're digging up my grandson? Stop that. Yeah.
So the idea that then we start to potentially get the vibe that he might be a victim of his own decisions feels fun in a dark, twisted way, because it's probably not that simple. It's probably still something where he is definitely the victim, but the idea of memory being rejected, lost, or taken away, that's something that feels like someone with regret. If they had any agency, that feels there's more regret there than a victim.
Well, and
being a victim in that regard. It feels more like I am ashamed, I cannot handle the fear, the anguish of all that stuff there. And so his nightmare, if you will, is the part where, I am responsible for some shit. And it's I don't want to think about that.
And so maybe this is going a bit too meta here, but this is just something where I see things line up, if this is what it is. Someone once said that the human heart in conflict with itself is the only thing worth writing about. And so the premise of the show that we have here, of Kaiman wanting to find the sorcerer that did this to him
and kill them
so that he can get his head back. He doesn't have to wake up stuck to his pillow anymore, right? Awesome. Yes, we are on board with that conflict. Ideally, having some twists or turns along the way, if we want to throw those in there, cool. But we still want that to be the conflict of Kaiman getting his head back. So, but if it's something where he's dealing with finding a sorcerer and killing them, then we have to build up all of this meaning and attachment and catharsis for when that sick bastard gets taken down. We have to establish a whole villain for him to deal with. But if it's not actually external, if the reason that he hasn't been able to find this sorcerer, like with all the searching they did, and granted, there's the whole thing of, okay, it's Ebisu and all that stuff, right? But if it's actually that it's him, maybe, right? And so that's why he hasn't been able to find them. That's why him going on this whole character arc is so important. That's why him being friends with Nikaido is important, because there's someone that's going to support him through this, but then also help him come to grips with the fact that, there are a lot of fucked up sorcerers out there.
You might have been one of them.
You might have been one of them, and hey, you can be friends with me, even though you know that I was a sorcerer. So maybe that.
And I have, just
right.
The kind of magic that might have been also maybe where a lot of this started, because
Possibly.
again, the idea that Kaiman is at the very least two people at the very least feels it feels almost impossible from the math side of things. Just a little bit.
I'm not sure I follow.
Well, basically that if he's Aikawa, right?
And then the head of Risu or something, yeah.
And then the head of Risu, right? Well, there was a head of Risu that we...
Right, because it got cut off.
No, I know, but again, where'd that head come from?
What do you mean?
Where'd the head of Risu come from?
That then got turned into actual Risu?
Yeah.
It got cut off of Kaiman.
So how does Kaiman still running around right now?
His head grew back.
How?
Maybe
I need to go back and watch season one.
It was
no, but that's my thing. The math ain't mathin'. And then remember, in the hospital in season 1, someone came in the dark right at the perfect time and just took the head.
Oh, I thought it was oh, that's right. Oh, well, okay.
So reminder, Jacob.
Yeah,
Reminder.
It wasn't the head of sprouted legs or anything.
No.
Yeah.
No, reminder. So, Kikurage is the reason why the head is
turned
now
into Risu.
To Risu,
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Because that was something that their whole crew found.
Right. And they're like, this is the way that we can... Yeah.
Right. We, as the audience, in a lot of ways, have a better perspective on things than Kaiman does, which is perfect for his character, who's going on this whole discovery arc in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So there's a very weird incongruency with regards to where heads become like separate from bodies and how like things connect back to like.
Also, there's
the math is a little bit screwy, and that's why I still think we're in the like, okay, cool. These discussions can be kept very simple if we wanted to, and just say, Nikaido, at some point we have to find out where, when, and how, and why you use time magic.
I don't think Nikaido is directly involved in Kaiman's story.
Really?
Not really.
Directly? Look, she's literally right now directly involved in the story.
Yeah, of course she is now. I'm talking about like in the backstory and how he got here, right? Like I don't think she's a part of that. Now because
I guess maybe
because of
but
time
no.
magic, things can get wonky and stuff, and they could at some point go into the past or something. But I think, and if anything, if it's still Ebisu that turned the head, transformed the head.
Again, you could hire somebody
the head and then basically
you could have someone else just do the magic for you in the way that you want it to be done. Absolutely. It could be someone else's will, even though someone else's. It could be one person's will while the other person is the one doing the magic.
But another thing that I want to point out is that if we have the whole idea of like, okay, because it was like in the hospital, it's like someone comes out of, Kaiman and it's Risu, but Risu hasn't been created yet or whatever. And then there's also the whole, but who took the head and all that stuff. If it is something where Kaiman has a literal different body, and the body remembers and knows things in some way, shape, or form.
That very much seems like what it's implying here.
That feels like, the mystery person that then takes something and goes, right? It feels like an out-of-body experience because you have two different people, right?
Oh, so you're saying that basically those moments where the shadow the shadowy person that's been just doing things.
And we even have the shadow come out of Kaiman, and then it's Aikawa, right?
Oh, right. So what
it's
you're
like-
saying basically is that those are the moments where
The body remembers.
Whoa, hold on.
Uh-huh.
Body remembers is one thing. I'm talking about active decisions. You're
yes,
saying
the
that
body actively decides. There's
so he's doing these things to himself,
right,
and he doesn't remember it.
right, because he's using his brain and his body is using the body, and it's only able to do that once the brain that's piloting the body is removed from the body.
I feel like I have to go back and watch a bunch of those
raw
scenes.
instinct and muscle memory and everything that's been baked into this thing that's able to dispatch of sorcerers so quickly.
So a lot
then
of the
starts moving.
Right. So a lot of those times when things like that happened, I want to say every single one, Kaiman was there. Because it was stuff related to him, usually.
Sure, yeah.
It was usually hey, we're about to learn something crazy about Kaiman, and then something out of the dark comes and basically robs us of the reveal, basically.
Right.
There was something that we were going to learn here, and then,
And at the very
But the
least
thing is,
here-
I just don't think that, like, Kaiman has the capacity to do that visually in a way that makes the other characters just like the way it happened every time was just so goddamn supernatural and like
yes, but what are some of the things that we've had established by Aikawa in this backstory bit? He always seems to just show up. He got into
He's sneaky.
the
Sneaky.
teacher's
That's
office,
true.
and the teacher was not even aware. Like he was just hanging from the ceiling and all that stuff.
I want to go back and see if it's really easy to just spot that he's there too in the teacher's spot, and it's just like you don't pay attention.
Right. Like it wasn't focused on the ceiling or something, right?
No, because they just don't pan the camera
up, exactly.
effectively up in that way.
Yeah,
but, it's just too low.
But then the other thing that I want to bring up is that I think lends credence to the idea of Kaiman's body being different from the head and all that stuff, and then when it has the opportunity, it starts to act. Kaiman having his psychotic break or whatever, where he's suddenly like, "Oh my god, this is so crazy! I don't even know what to do with myself."
Right.
And then he starts clawing at his own face. Again,
yeah,
something of the body having an issue with the face. Kaiman's,
I feel you.
Conscious will and everything doesn't have anything to do with it.
Right. The pose of Aikawa's general vibe and stuff is there. He has the boot shin guards that we've seen like multiple times on different people and stuff as well.
Because it just makes sense in the world and everything.
Well,
it doesn't have to be connected.
No,
to
it doesn't
Kaiman,
have to be. It could be a general issue, item and stuff. But yeah, this is the kind of show where the foreshadowing has rewarded us like very well, like for like paying attention to it.
Right.
There's a lot of things that have been basically like not set dressing, but kind of feel like they could be. And you can definitely start to maybe feel like you're smoking a little bit too much of the good stuff here. But
also,
this is the kind of trippy, weird show where it would absolutely be fun to have some kind of dramatic reveals like that.
And if you have something where, oh, hey, only the head has been transformed. Maybe it wasn't on you when it was transformed.
Oh, no, it 100% wasn't on him when he was transformed.
Well, but I think originally in the show, we just think, oh, they blasted him, but they only blasted his face, because it's a fighter, something with how it happened. And so,
okay, no, you're right. You're right.
Because we've seen partial
there is a
transformations.
possibility that it's something where, again, magic is fucky in this world.
Right. We've seen people that are like,
that's
oh,
true.
shit, part of me got turned into a mushroom or a bug or whatever. This is horrible, right?
The guy's, like, neck being long rather than his legs. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just the show is setting up a lot of really fun stuff, and I love that we can go into such wild territory with this and be like, nope, this actually feels fairly reasonable and everything because of just how crazy the show has been up until now.
Yeah.
But the dream sequence also was wonderful.
Perfect.
It was great.
It's just adorably funny.
And a wonderful way to, give potential lore and backstory and characterization. And
then
stuff.
also just maybe we don't just sell this out immediately to everybody, even though this
We
could
still
be
need
incredibly plot important for specific characters to go on a trip like this.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas, as we're talking about actual, like, past backstory stuff potentially for Kaiman, we then get Ebisu's in the same kind of breath here. And she had this like sweet, like rich, like very like cushy lifestyle where her parents were like very like intense sorcerers.
Right.
And in even a weird way, like her dad might even been undead. Like,
Yeah, because like, okay, a mask, I get it, but the mouth's open and the teeth aren't really there.
right,
Like,
right. That
What's the deal? What's going on?
so maybe it's again something of where Ebisu was being pressured to try and get some kind of like
Crazy magic. or
crazy
whatever.
magic and stuff, and didn't end up basically going. Yeah, as far as
Yep.
as far as things she would have liked. Yeah.
Also, love the detail that Ebisu's like, all right, awesome. I have a massive rack now. 2 minutes later, my shoulders are sore.
Poor Ebisu's basically just skin and bones too.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah.
All of a
it
sudden,
makes sense.
the back that did not develop to be used to carrying that kind of load is suddenly like, oh, no, we don't like this.
Yeah. But all right, okay, lots of fun stuff there, setting up for the next episode for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, Grandpa Longneck was hilarious. I have to know the voice actor for this guy.
He was really,
He was giving it his all.
yeah, having
Now-
an absolute ball.
Now, grandson's not in the coffin.
So grandson is Aikawa, and who is also the leader of the organization. And that's
Most
how you have
likely.
a leader of an organization that's as brutal as that is because they're actually it's like sick at using knives or whatever.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The part
And
that
so
is
they then also take note of the one other person there who can't use magic at the magic school, you know? Like they go there and they're like, all right, cool. Oh. Hey. And maybe that's also why he needed to get killed, because it's he found out that like that you're the person who like that you're the leader of the organization or whatever.
maybe.
You know? And so it's like, ooh, I was just doing some undercover boss stuff, but that's
Yeah, I have
you know.
felt for a little bit basically that this is something where the boss of the organization was going to ultimately end up being Kaiman in some way. But if it's not that it was Kaiman, it's that it was like a part of his person that he was before.
right. However that
Whole thing works.
Mm-hmm.
That feels right.
Yeah.
That feels right. But this just goes so deep.
Yeah,
this goes so deep.
They keep bringing in such
We're
whack
peeling the
stuff
layers
in
of the
show.
onion, and we're like,
And it turns out the onion is interdimensionally a TARDIS. You
Right,
know? And
right.
It's like,
oh no. But all right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if any of that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb,
I'm Jacob.
and we'll see you all next time.